work to do.
Are you working tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Bro.
Yes, what's going on? This is the first podcast of the year 2019. Happy New Year to all of the Cut the Chat listeners. We are back for another episode. How is everybody?
I'm good, man.
That's not how we usually start episodes.
These are on the IG and stuff like that.
Yeah, no phones, man. We're filming this now, so no phones.
You can't really be on your phone like that.
At least pose them. Happy New Year to everybody, to all the Cut the Chat listeners. Hope everybody had a great New Year. How did everybody spend their New Year's?
You tell me, Ace.
Well, you got to put it on Ace like that.
I was DJing.
Nah. My New Year's Eve, I can't lie, was one of the best New Year's Eves I've had for a very long time. But it was just fun.
Yeah.
Like it was fun. So we went on a road trip. Obviously, if you came out for Femi's birthday, Letitia Hector's leaving party, Ace's end of year rave,
Bad people that get in.
Cut the Chat celebration.
It must have been mad outside.
Bad people that get in.
I can't apologise to everybody that didn't get in.
Yeah, I'd like to too.
I think Femi should apologise.
I might seem like I didn't care, but I did.
No, you didn't.
Wait, why are we apologising for?
Because
we told everyone to get there at a decent time, innit? If you get there at 1 because you want to be a superstar, that's your business, isn't it? That's what
people are made to stand outside.
I'll be honest with you. I got there at 11. When I got in, it was empty. So
right.
yeah, no one else had an excuse to get there late.
And to be fair, I didn't think it wasn't jam inside.
I don't think it was ever jam.
They didn't let people in.
They could have let another 50 people in at least.
At one point, it was tight.
Yeah.
Really?
At one point, it was tight.
They were doing crowd control still because they could have let more people in.
But yeah, big up to everybody that came out to that. I had a terrible time. But
are we talking about that?
You can if you want. I don't mind.
What happened?
Now let's talk about it. Look at Lee. Lee's still traumatized.
You remember what happened, no?
No, I was quite drunk.
Femi doesn't even know what happened.
Femi doesn't know. He knows nothing. We was a man down.
No. So basically, what happened was at one point I just saw Ace sitting in a corner, but then I saw my missus sitting in a corner as well. So like,
are we talking about your missus as well?
Well, we can't even. Everyone was just sat in a corner.
Alright, so should I tell my story or do you want to tell your missus' story first?
No,
you could go first.
Let's not tell your missus' story.
Alright, well basically
This goes on YouTube now, don't tell my wife's story.
I just had a funny turn and I didn't realise I was having a funny turn until right at the end. And when I think back about the night now, I'm like, I should have left from the beginning.
You shouldn't have turned up.
I shouldn't have been there.
No.
And the thing is, and I blame you lot as well. Can I tell you why?
Whoa!
Let me explain why.
Me?
Yeah, no, I'm going to explain why. Because I know I'm a big guy, yeah, but I don't sweat like that.
Were you sweating?
Fam, I was drenched the whole night. I was sweating profusely. Like,
Wait.
Lee, I'm going to let you hang it.
So wait.
I'm going to let you finish.
Is juiced up.
No,
I'm juiced up.
Yeah, you were juiced up.
Why am I worried about you, bro?
Yeah, there you go.
We already gave Femi the champagne yardie spray. I spent P I didn't have. And you think I'm worried about you sweating?
Fam, I was...
Hold on, Ace.
Yeah?
Understand, yeah? I was working like it was my rave. You saw me up and down the stairs.
I saw you.
Yeah?
But at some point, one of you lot should have been like, you know what, fam, you need to go home.
Looking back, yeah?
No, I don't
I
think
remember...
Do you remember how much I was sweating?
I remember when we was on the stairs and you was like, D, I beg you go and get bloody blind. And all I remember is you fanning yourself with a flannel. And I thought, I kind of look back like, why are you still sweating?
It wasn't even hot in there. It wasn't even hot in there.
AC.
My whole outfit was drenched. And I'm like, when I think back about it now, this was the signs to tell you to go home. So then come 2 o'clock, my body just said, nah, fam, this is long for you, fam.
So Femi.
It's time.
So
it's time
Femi,
to go. And I bumped into Lee.
You're mad, mate. I don't remember this. Where
you're the one that helped me out of the club.
I know. That's why. Yeah, I remember that because my clothes was wet. Like, why am I wet?
Yeah, no, that Femi.
Man was soaking wet, blood.
It was mad.
It was mad.
I thought he was having a heart attack. I real talk. I thought he was having a heart attack.
Like that.
I thought, oh my god, he's having a heart attack.
Got him outside and he was slumped on the railings. It just so happened my car was there, and you know when you chat to people, it's like, yo, are you alright? Are you alright? And you're like, yeah. And then man just had to make the executive decision. You're not alright because we're going to hospital. Now here's the thing. For maybe the last 4 weeks, Vienna Grace's car seat has been in the back of my car. Yeah? It's been behind me on the driver's side. So me and Lee have got Ace. And we're carrying him to the car and we've put Ace in the back of the car. I've moved my seat all the way forward. We've got Ace in the back of the car. So I'm like, Lee, jump in. Where do you think Lee chose to sit?
I don't even remember this, but I know what would have been appealing. I know
He tried to buckle himself in Vienna Grace's car seat.
You know what? I'm thinking about it now. I think I would have got into the seat. I'm thinking, right, I could give me some more room.
Hitch up next to me. He was more or less on my lap. He was like literally on my lap.
Sitting in the seat.
He had his arm around me. He was like, fam, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay.
Oh, bro.
Proper like whispering in my ear. I could feel his breath on my neck.
Femi,
He's
understand.
like, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right.
I'm looking at Ace and I'm like, you need
Space.
sugar.
I need space.
You need sugar and space. So I've given him the Vim. I had a bottle of Vimto. Like the Vimto that you can drink already. I'm like, Ace, drink the Vimto. What's Lee doing? Lee's trying to get Ace naked.
No, but it was wet though.
I know,
It was mad
but
wet.
my car's not that big, blood.
I hear that, but it was
Like,
wet, bro.
Ace, take this off. You're going to be all right.
How many
Take
clothes
this
did you
off.
have on though? I saw you.
I only had a t-shirt and I did have a hoodie on.
Exactly. I think I was trying to get the hoodie off. It was wet back there, man.
Oh, Femi, all this is happening whilst I'm trying to drive and find the hospital.
I know we're going through red lights.
Where'd you
We're
go,
going through
Whitechapel?
everything.
Yeah.
We're going through all the lights. Oh, it was mad.
Damon almost pulled the car over and battered me. Damon's going, Lee, where's the hospital? Where's the hospital?
How's he gonna get him?
And Lee's just like, Lee's still giving me sweet nothings in my ear. Like,
It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright, big man. You know I love you, right? You know I love you, right?
Shit,
Lee,
man.
not now. And whilst he's doing this, he's on the phone to his bona fide brethren who don't really know what's going on. See, he's trying to inform them of what's going on. Yeah. I'm at the hospital, but I don't know where the entrance is. So I'm like, Lee, you're a black cab driver, fam. Where's the hospital? Go up there, bus a left, go through the lights. Lee,
Alright, can I be honest with you?
taking us to the A12.
Alright, can I be honest with you? Can I be
No,
honest with you?
Lee.
Can you be honest? How many times do you think someone puts their hand in the air like that to me and goes, "Take me to hospital"?
probably never.
Never.
Yeah, but you-
Why the fuck would I remember where the hospital is? How the hell do I remember where the hospital is then? I ain't got a clue where it
So why did
is.
you
I
just
know
say
where it is, but I don't know how to get there. You know one of them ones?
Too
Because I
funny.
never go there. The baitest places, somewhere like that you think I would know, innit?
Do you know
I don't
what's
have a clue
mad?
how to
I
get
know
in.
where it is. I said Whitechapel straight away, but I couldn't tell you how to get
There's
there
about
from
20 entrances at hospital, you know? And you know what? It's changed since I learned the entrance to go in. You can't go in that same entrance. So when I'm looking at it now, I'm thinking, what? Where do you go? Because the entrance that we went to originally, do you remember?
Yeah.
They wouldn't even let him in.
They wouldn't even let me in.
We're like, right, he's dying. Then, nah, you can't get in this way.
Okay,
So you mugging me?
dying, but
No, but that was that kind of
Yeah,
urgency that we were coming with.
It was peak. It was
was
peak.
peak.
Obviously, you can see him. He's alive and kicking.
I'm here.
I am going to post up some of the best pictures and videos
No,
from AC.
no, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes,
No,
I
you're
am.
not. You're not.
Yes, I am.
No,
Yes,
you're
we
not.
should-
No, you're
we should
not.
all see
Because
them.
obviously, Lee doesn't switch off.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
And he was drunk. Very
That
drunk.
was chung.
Yeah.
And I was blitz.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one of the things Lee done. You know, you've got the disinfectant hand sanitizer in a big square bottle. So Lee, there's a doctor, senior doctor, examining Ace. Firstly, the senior doctor comes in, yeah, and says to Ace, "I know these are a lot of your friends, but I'm gonna give you an examination. Would you like them to leave?" Before Ace has even responded, Lee's like, "Nah, we're all right. I've seen everything, but not in a gay way, in a mandem way." What? Yeah. So then Ace is like, "All right, yeah, cool." Lee has then got the hand sanitizer, that
actually-
big thing that's in the picture,
He's actually stole it.
and stuck it down his trousers front.
Ballsed it.
Yeah.
Gangster.
He actually stole it.
Then he proceeds to start squirting the thing, talking about, "I'm busting all over you, man." Yeah. That's just a fraction of what this guy was keeping up with in the hospital. But I'm gonna post up a couple of the pics.
While I was in bare pain, man,
Yeah.
it's just making me
half
laugh.
naked.
Half naked.
Lee's all lifting up the gown, talking about.
Yeah, nah,
your
let's
balls
not,
must be
let's
big.
not talk about what you
That I was doing. Was I doing? Oh, no, you're lying,
You was doing a
man.
madness.
Ace?
You was
Oh,
doing
is
an
that
absolute
down?
madness. Yeah, you was doing a madness.
You asked me to come into the X-ray room with you.
No,
You remember that, yeah? Okay, let's not say any more. Give me them puppy eyes. How could I say no?
But yeah, I mean, big up to everyone that was at the party.
The party was a great
I had
party.
a terrible
Yeah, it
time.
was a wicked
but
party
there
into
you
that,
go.
man. I can't believe we left early because of that, man.
It wasn't early. It was
It was
finishing.
early. No, it wasn't even finishing. It wasn't. I thought we left at 2:30. No.
We left like 10 minutes before the end.
Oh, see.
No, the party finished.
Yeah.
It felt sudden.
I felt like I was just going around saying hello, and I didn't get a chance to dance.
Yeah.
Femi danced though.
Yes.
I was going in. I had a
Yes.
good time.
You got steps, man. Where did you learn that? Your mum the dancer?
Nigeria, man.
That's definitely that time in Jamaica.
Nigeria,
That's
like,
in Jamaica
Jamaica,
steps.
innit? Like, I was there in Jamaica.
Femi's got steps, man.
I'm going to Jamaica again still. I booked it.
Where you going?
When you going?
March.
Mark.
Oh, for Budgie.
For Budgie.
Hate
Well,
it.
we're not supposed to be going together.
Hate
Yeah,
it.
you can still go.
Fuck.
That's so Nigerian, and he don't care.
We can still
We
go.
can still.
Are we going?
I can't go much
Why?
because I've just taken a week off to go LA in February.
Leave.
I want to go.
I'm going skiing in Bulgaria.
With Budgie.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going
It's
skiing.
meant to be good, you know, in
Yeah,
Bulgaria.
I'm going there.
So you're
from
going
Lake
ski.
February.
You're
You
going
can
to go
ski,
roll
I bet you
around.
can ski, innit?
Remember we went to skiing? We went
Oh,
skiing.
yeah. No, what? I
Are you
didn't
one of
come.
them
I
kids
didn't
that
come.
went skiing in school?
Do you remember when we went skiing and me
Done
and
the
Hannah
fuck
done the
track.
proper slope while you lot was at the bottom? Learning how to stand up. And me and Hannah was coming down the dry slope like that. Yeah.
Pussy up.
Yeah.
Pussy up. How was you lot's New Year's?
Yeah, it was nice, man. I just had a little quiet one at home.
On your own?
No, I had a few family members come over, celebrated the New Year that way. I don't really get chung no more like I used to. I think the last time I was chung was at the party, innit?
That was the day before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was the day before, innit? But yeah, I'm done with having little soirees at my yard anyway because, you know, you're just running around making people don't mash up your shit. Do you get what I'm saying? It's dead. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not really into going out no more for New Year's either. I'm a bit of a bore. It's too much effort and it always lets me down now. I mean, in the beginning, when I was in my early 20s, I used to love going out like 30, 40 man. Remember D? We used to go up Ipswich.
Listen,
Ipswich
that's still.
was a shout back in the day,
Yeah.
man. I just don't think anything lives up to them moments anymore.
You know what it is, but we're older. See,
Yeah.
when we was young, we just didn't care. Or when we was younger. Because I swear we was running so late that we saw it in on the motorway.
Well, no, we got there in time.
No,
30-man
we didn't.
convoy. You might have got there late, but I tell you this now, I was in the club. Really? I was in the club. Every year I made it into the club at the right time
For the countdown.
for the count. Now, there's only one time when I was worried when I was 17. I remember when I was 17, I looked about 14, and I thought I wasn't going to get in. And them times, they didn't even check IDs. You know them days there? They didn't even check IDs.
Speaking of 14-year-olds,
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
you know them segues there.
Whoa!
No, them segues there. Might as well, innit?
Might as well. Let's not
Might as
waste time.
well. This weekend, a documentary came out on the Lifetime channel in America called Surviving R. Kelly, a 6-part documentary about the recent, well, not recent, it's been going on for years, the allegations surrounding R. Kelly and his relationship with underage girls and just women in general, to be fair. Who seen it?
I see it.
All of it.
All of it.
Damon?
Did they let it off like one by one, or did they just let all the...
So like, it was like two every night.
Okay.
Yeah. Femi's the only one that hasn't seen
You
it.
ain't seen
I'm
it?
refusing to watch it. I sent you the link.
Yeah, you sent me the link, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just.
Because the one he sent me, I couldn't open. The one you sent me, I used that one.
I sent you the link, and it's like, I just don't. I feel like we've known about this for like 20 years or something. Like maybe not 20, maybe.
Femi?
Maybe 15.
I thought that.
No,
I thought that. There's stuff in there.
It opened my eyes.
There's
a lot.
stuff in there. And you know what it is? The child stuff with the video. I haven't seen that video. I'm not going to watch the video. That
Have you never
I-
seen that?
Nah.
Have you never
I
seen
knew
the R. Kelly
about.
sex tape?
Nope.
I saw it.
That I knew about.
Yeah, I saw it.
But you know
Back in
what?
the
You know
day.
what? This documentary kind of let me know how many girls, how many underage girls he was messing with. Do you know what I mean? Like, you see, like the video. You could turn around and say, all right, he didn't know how old she was or something, if it was that one thing. You see, for how many's in this documentary? Fam, he was drawing underage girls at his trial for sleeping with underage girls. What the fuck?
She went underage though, was she?
She was 14 going to his trial. She didn't. He didn't draw her
until
till
she was 16 though.
but
He didn't
still,
get numbers till she was
He still
16.
picked her up.
Yeah, but we can't say he drawed her because technically he didn't. What he did, he was just saying thank you for the support. So you can't really get him on that. There's no ground to get him.
If you watch it,
but I do see the angle.
You remember these people were saying that in a crowd of
He
women,
finds the young
he would
thing.
always focus on the young things.
Give them a little nod, a little smile, and be like, yes,
That's disgusting.
I see you.
I felt bad for Sparkle, man. That must have broke her, man.
Yeah.
And that she just didn't really. Her career she refused to kind of work again, innit? After that, so you kind of like. But imagine that you brought your niece because they were interested in music. She was meant to be a rapper, innit? Like the Brat.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, he ended up. She probably didn't see it even coming that way. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, didn't even watch it.
I mean, there's so many, like, you can't watch it and not ask questions about, like, where were the parents? How come you didn't do that? Like,
No, but I think, don't you think at the time we were always thinking that people may be lying as well?
right.
And I feel like
There's a couple on there.
I did think that
suspect
sometimes.
about.
I did think sometimes. You know what? I don't know about this one. This one could be. This one's just jumping on the bandwagon, kind of.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what it seemed to me is like he just basically focused on vulnerability in it, and it's art of manipulation. His style of
Yeah.
Disgusting.
because the
man.
girls, you got to be honest with the girls that he were going for. They weren't like you'd think they'd be models. Like not taking anything away from the girls. Do you get what I'm saying? In looks wise, but I'm saying a big superstar like that, you think they'd be attracted to like girls out of this world, but they were just regular
Yeah,
girls.
but they probably don't think that they're regular. And also, like, they all are chasing fame. Like,
Yeah.
They're all like...
They want a piece of the
they're
cookie
all
as
like,
well,
well,
innit?
not all of them, but majority of them were like, I was a singer, I was an up-and-coming singer, he was going to help me with my career, he was going to bust me, and then they just end up being part of the harem. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like he uses the fact that he is successful, that he is probably one of the greatest R&B writers ever, even just R&B guys, to get in with these girls. And
Do you know what it is? Because he is one of the greatest, and that's the killer thing about it. That's the hard thing about it, because he is so great.
Yeah.
He's on trial and he's releasing tunes like Happy People and Step in the Name of Love. These are big rhythms. These are big wedding tunes. Do you get what I'm saying?
I remember being young and finding that a bit mad. That I remember finding it crazy that he had this trial. There was this video going around. I never saw it at the time. I still haven't seen it. I remember that there was this video going around. Everyone was talking about it, and I was in secondary school. And I remember, like, just straight afterwards, like months afterwards, he had bare tunes, and it was all over the radio.
Yeah.
And he was the biggest artist. Like, it was straight afterwards, he was the biggest black. But I could remember him being the biggest black artist
It's like a
in the
propelled him,
world.
innit?
He was on the radio. He was on like everywhere. He was always on TV. He had a tune that was mad catchy that they played. That there was "Step in the Name of Love"
Happy
And
People.
Happy People.
No, but there was a next one that was just like a R. You know, like the step tunes were like.
Yeah.
But there was a next straight R&B tune. He brought out a double disc CD. And he was doing all of this stuff straight afterwards. And I always thought, oh, you know what? I remember at the time thinking, as a kid, oh, he must have like bust case or something. And so he's fine. But then in my head, I remember thinking it was suspect because, like, if that was him in the video and that was a girl, why how could he get away with that? And then I remember, like, sort of explaining it away in my head, thinking, well, the American legal system probably paid off the family, da-da-da-da. But then you think about it, about what he actually did, and the fact that he was allowed to then still build a career afterwards. It's horrible. It's disgusting.
wild.
And like, also, people within the industry must have known way before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that people in the industry would also participating in similar activities. I think,
Do you think?
I think, yeah, I do. I think it was a thing of the past. You know, certain things were kind of like just, it was more accepted back in the day than it is now. But he took it to a different level, and it like, Rob, nah, I can't do that. You're going too far in it. You know, one of them ones. But
see the young girls thing, yeah.
because didn't Dame Dash get over as well? Aaliyah?
People,
Yeah, but that's when she was of age, though.
yeah, but she was still young. I think
Still a
I
young
think
thing.
Young girl, but she wasn't.
Over history shows that men have always dated or been attracted to young girls on the borderline.
Can you say young girl?
What do you mean, men?
Elvis
Can you say
Presley-
young girl, not young girls?
Oh yeah.
Elvis Presley moved Priscilla Presley into his yard at like 14.
15 or something.
Yeah.
They were at the beginning of the documentary.
Yeah, she was young.
Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old
13-year-old
niece, Jerry Lee Lewis.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's not new. This young girls thing isn't new. You understand? I think the shocking thing for R. Kelly is the levels the levels, the mental torture, the physical torture. Once he had them, it was literally, right, call me daddy. That's your room. You don't come out of that room. You ask me if you want to go, when you want to go toilet, when you want to eat. There was one girl that was saying, like, if she done anything wrong, man would just starve her. Like she must have said
No,
something.
but what did he do? What was he doing? Just like sleeping
Had them,
with them?
had them
I'm in
all
different
over
rooms,
the yard.
all in different rooms. And you know what the thing is? Each room ain't massive, you know. It's just like you think 'cause it's a
Basically,
mansion.
had them imprisoned.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And he's got his dungeon, which is the black room, where he does the threesomes and whatever. But they all got their own little rooms as well. They're not allowed to talk to each other. They're not allowed to have no contact with the outside world unless they spoke to him.
How did it get out?
But this is the thing. They're so the way he does it. He's so good at what he does that they won't move. They won't.
All right, so he's this.
If they want a sandwich, they have to come out of their room and slamp their feet.
Yeah.
Until he comes out. Like that's.
Yeah.
It's like it's brainwashing.
So later on in
That's so weird.
later on in the
Mad, isn't it?
program, yeah, there's a mum whose daughter left and went to stay with R. Kelly, yeah, because there's various different girls that this happened to, and the mum has tracked the girl down to a hotel, found the girl in a hotel, convinced the hotel manager to go and
Get her.
to go up to the room, yeah, just cutting little bits out, gone up to the room, bust the door, and you can see she's in shock. So it's probably the mum's sister, and maybe like someone with a camera. So she don't really know what to do. She's embraced her. She's like, look, there's somebody else in the room. Like,
I come back at 6 o'clock.
she's like, yeah, cool, come back at 6. So when the mum's gone back at 20 to 6, the hotel manager's like, listen, you can't come in here. Your daughter has told us that you're not her real mum, and when you turn up to force you to leave, we're calling the police. So the mum's left, yeah? So the mum's left like, right, my daughter called police on me. That's how brainwashed they've got her. So the mum just thought, fuck it, and rang the daughter. Because you got a phone number. Rang the daughter, said, yo, wagwan. So the daughter's like, yeah, what's happening? He's like, what do you mean what's happening? I'm downstairs. You called the police on me. Sorry, you called the police on me. The daughter's like, nah, never. So the mum's like, I didn't think you did. You understand? So basically, word has got back to R. Kelly and his people. So they've just contacted the hotel like, yo, listen, if that woman comes back, she's not the real mum, blah, 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 blah. So,
or they've got another girl to contact and phone down.
Yeah, I mean, so there's
a
a lot of things, and it's just manipulation and brainwashing, convincing you that your family don't want you, your family don't care about you. No one's gonna love you as much as I do. If you run away, you know we're gonna hurt you. We're gonna hurt your family. Blah 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 blah.
No, as dark as it is, it's a movie, isn't it?
It's
Yeah,
mad.
It's actually a movie. The way he was
mad.
flexing, like you can't. That's what I'm saying. But then I think, you know why it's hard to believe, because you as well. You know when someone's a star, you automatically think that people are just throwing themselves at him, at them, and they chose to be in that position because they're thinking, oh god, like it's R. Kelly staying in this big mansion, rah, rah, but when you saw that side of the documentary, you just saw it weren't like that. It's like you're assigned to your room, and that was it.
No, but it's a bit weird. It's like, what I don't understand, obviously it's American, people chase fame a little bit more. Like, why would you let your child live with anyone?
No, but they're of age when they lived there. So they are of age when
But
they
still,
lived there.
16,
No, you're right, you're right.
16,
Why would
17.
you let your
Did
child...
you see what Master P said? Master P said, regardless, like, remember that woman, there's a woman at the end, and she sees her child is
And from the window, yeah,
from the
yeah,
window,
yeah,
and
yeah.
her child is staying in the studio. Because some of the girls he keeps in the studio as well. And she knows that her child's in the studio. Obviously, the child's, 17, 18
Yeah.
now. But Master P made a point and said, look, if that's your child... You don't care about law and whatever. You break in
100%.
and you do what you need to do. That's
She's
your
throwing-
child.
she's throwing
And
stones
deal
at
with
the
the
window.
consequences afterwards.
Yeah.
Throwing stones at the window. Yes, that is a joke thing.
So what
My
that is a
child.
joke thing.
Alright,
So basically, the mum's outside.
No, wait. So basically, in Chicago, there's a big building. It's one of a studio that R. Kelly
Like a studio complex.
yeah, and there's various different rooms in there and whatever else. So there's a lot of girls living in the studio. Now, in America, there's something called a wellness check. So if you haven't seen a relative or a child in a certain amount of time, you can call the police. Say, I haven't seen, doesn't matter what age they are. You can call the police and say, look, I haven't seen this person. I know they're living there. I need you to go to the property and do a wellness check. Just to let me know there's no bruises, there's no broken bones, there's no this and no that. Yeah. But to do this wellness check, the police have to be let into the property. So they're there, and the police have gone there, and the police are like, look, there's only 2 ways we can get into this property, because we've been banging down the door for the last hour. There's only 2 ways we can get into this property. They let us in, or we break in. But if we break in, we can't break in now. We have to go get a court order, blah, 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 blah. That's very unlikely it's going to happen. Yeah? So at that point, as a parent, it's like, okay, if I can't get in there, I'm going to force you to come out.
Fam,
I'm going to set the place on fire.
I'm
cuz.
turning it all bare man them.
See, right.
I'm turning it all bare man.
Of course.
I'm calling all
the man them,
I'm
100%.
saying, listen, this is what's going on. And like, if you're my friend, you're
Come down with whatever you've got in your house.
And you see that there? That's what made me think that this one particular couple, I'm like...
They're throwing stones out a window.
No, I just think, for me, it's symptomatic of what's wrong with our society. Is that people are so celebrity obsessed that they'll allow their children to get caught up in that situation. It's like you trust a star so much.
But you know what the funny thing is, though? You know what the funny thing is? You see this couple, when they're being interviewed, the dad is like... So basically what happened, they've gone to R. Kelly's concert for his birthday. Now they've heard the rumours, everybody's heard the rumours, but nothing's been proven. So they're giving him the benefit of the doubt. But the dad's gone to the concert, R. Kelly's seen his daughter and pulled his daughter up on stage. The dad's like, okay, cool, because I'm here. Nothing like what I've heard can happen whilst I'm here. Yeah. Then the daughter gets taken round back, out of a different exit. Yeah. Out of a different exit. The dad's there. If I remember this correctly, the dad's like, all right, cool, but we're still here. Yeah. And then I think the daughter auditions for R. Kelly round back, comes out and says, yo, R. Kelly wants to hear more of my stuff. Basically, she goes to a hotel, meets him. Yeah. So the parents find out and they're like, yo, we told you not to be there without us. So they've gone to the hotel, kicked up a fuss, made up a big fuss. The daughter's come out. Obviously, the daughter's cussing you. You messed up my audition. You messed up my this and that, blah, 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 blah. I think later on, basically, I can't remember how it's happened, but she's now in the yard. Now, when they're talking to the parents, the dad's like, I never thought this could happen to me, because we kind of know what R. Kelly's about, and knowing what R. Kelly's about, we made the rule that anytime she sees him, we're going to be there. Now, first things first, if you know what R. Kelly's about, that's the end of that conversation right there. That's the end of that conversation right there. Because you know what I thought about as well? You've been hearing these rumours for maybe the last 5 to 10 years.
Longer than that.
Cool. Can anyone in here tell me any male or female that has bust musically from R. Kelly?
Nope.
That you think that well, it happened to them. It happened to them.
Nope.
So even though the rumours are there,
he ain't
he's
bust no
busting
singer.
people.
He ain't bust no singer.
He hasn't bust no one.
He ain't bust no singer.
No one.
Sparkle had one tune.
No one.
And he brought back Mr. Biggs.
Who had one tune?
Yeah, he did bring back Mr. Biggs.
He did bring-
What, the Isley brother?
brother.
But he was already out. But he
That's
brought him
like
back.
saying he brought back Marvin Gaye, cuz them man they had their career, you know.
Damon, you're right.
He ain't bust no one.
You know, it's very sad, man. It just shows like it's just like one. Obviously, R. Kelly's a perverted individual, but at the same time, we really have to like analyze our the way we bring our children up and the way we protect them and the way we allow them to buy into this celebrity culture, because that's all it is. It's that people want to be stars so much, and people place so much importance on being stars that they will allow their children to get caught up in that situation.
It's mad.
It's sad, you know, like it's sad because really a lot of these, like from what you guys are telling me, a lot of these parents start off being like, yeah, it's cool, you can go to that studio.
No, I'm not going to say a lot.
No, it's not cool.
I'm going to say
but
maybe two out of the whole program.
They do speak to R. Kelly as well at the time, so they kind of feel like they're comfortable with him.
No, but you've heard like like I said, I was in secondary school. I got kids now. I'm married. Like when the first thing come out, I was a child myself. I was maybe 13. I'm 32.
The Leah thing was what, 96, 97?
That's mad.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That's mad.
Do you know what though? I think he did. I think he learnt to do what he done from his mum though. I think that the same thing he does to them girls, I think his mum done that to him and his brothers. Real talk. And that last clip that we put on the post today, that he's talking about his relationship with his mum.
Yeah,
it's almost like he fancied his mum.
Right.
And I think that manipulation probably had happened to all his brother. This is just my
Well, you think
Caribbean
his
coming.
mum molested him?
Yeah, his mum did. He said he was molested from
didn't say his mum,
6.
he didn't say his
He
mum.
said his mum. He said a
Mum.
family member molested him.
Him and one of his brothers were
brothers.
molested as well.
Now,
what I'm
it seems quite similar.
I'm glad you raised that, because I've been saying for the last 2 days that I watched a program maybe about a year ago about people on death row in America, and they're on death row for 20, 30, 40 years, and it showed you his story, and it showed you the victim's family, and obviously it told you the crimes, and some of these crimes are the worst. And there was one family that was split down the middle. This guy has murdered their dad, done a bag of madness. Family split down the middle. One side of the family is like, nah, he needs to die, because there's a thing called clemency. Yeah, right. So the family's like, nah, he needs to die. Forget the clemency thing, man needs to die. The other side is like, no, let him live. He's got things to offer society. So when you're speaking to the other side of the family, they're like, why? What's going on? And it goes, we researched into this guy who is now, I don't know, 40 years old or something. We've researched into him. When he was 4, he was molested. When he was 7, he was molested. When he was 10, he was molested by his family members. Put into care. Molested again by the carers that were supposed to be looking after him. You see, when you go through that, I'm not saying it's right. It's not right. And it doesn't excuse what you have gone on to now do, and you now have victims. But in all of these cases, there's a clear link between what happened to you as an adolescent, as a child, to what you're dealing with now. Don't get me wrong, R. Kelly needs to be punished severely. But I have to also look at the people around you, the people that enabled you to behave like this. Yeah, the people that you were sending out. What, you think I can ask any one of you, man, to go fucking Westfields and draw me some teenagers, some young things? What, are you, man, doing it? You understand? So I have to look at those people around him that enabled this, that facilitated this. For what? For financial gain. For
Wait. When you say young, how young?
You understand what I'm saying, Femi? It wasn't just you one, and I'm very sure that, you see, because all of them knew. That's what this documentary highlighted as well. That his personal security, all of his staff knew, and at some point they say, "Yeah, I did think that was a bit strange, but I asked him once, and he said it was cool." And by the time it come on top, a 16-year-old's telling me that she's pregnant. Or, you understand what I'm saying?
They're all on the payroll, innit?
But
You
he
gotta
still
think about it as
carry
well,
on.
Pure yes man.
Even like everything that he does, even in terms of like the studio complex, there's a bucket in every room for all the girls to go to the toilet, and they can't go and use the toilet.
Yeah.
So like, R. Kelly is not going to fucking Tesco's to buy buckets. Like, he's got someone in his team that knows to go and put buckets in the, and
That's emptying the buckets.
That's emptying because they're stopping it. He's got all of these girls on the same phone, so like he's got access to all of their text messages and their
So if you phone the girls, but I answer.
And R. Kelly is not phoning E and being like, "Yo, I need eight phones."
lines.
Like,
Yeah.
he's got a man, somebody in his
You
team
understand?
is doing that for him.
Even the guy said it, like he was flying girls in and flying girls out and running back. And he's illiterate, so he can barely read and write. He can read and write some things, and even his wife was like, "Bruv, he can't read and write."
She taught him how
Who's
to
booking
read.
the flights?
Yeah.
Who's arranging this? Who's arranging that? There's people that's doing this. You see, when the girl decides to dip out, because they say, see girls that are in, women that are in abusive relationships, it takes them about 7 to 10 times before they leave successfully. Yeah. So all these other times that you left, you've either mentally couldn't leave and you've come back. There was one time where they said the girl was running down the road, the man chased her down the road. That wasn't R. Kelly. It was one of your fucking brethrens. Do you know what I mean? What, you think this is behaviour, bruv? I posed the question. You see all of these people. I posed the question. You see my dog? You remember my dog that I had? If I told you my dog had attacked a couple youths, but don't worry, put your youth in the same room as my dog and leave him there. Let's lock the door. Bruv, it's the same fucking thing, bruv. You understand? All of these people, you're gonna bring your youths to fuck around with R. Kelly? Because none of those people who worked for him, you weren't telling no stories about your daughter,
For real.
your niece. You weren't telling none of these stories, so you knew what was going on.
It's horrible, man.
Do you think it's gonna get worse now? Because now, obviously, this doc is out. All the, if I was working for him, even no matter how much big the check was, I'd have to say, you know what, Rob, but I have to hand him my P45s. It's peak right now out there for you.
Yeah,
But remember, they're looking off his shows. His
bro,
P's going down.
He got evicted from 2 of his yards.
I googled his net worth. He said £1 million.
Wow.
I was like, raw, your P is drying up mad quick, boy.
Wow.
But his streams have gone up by like something like 6%.
30%. His streams went up. 30% his streams went up.
I mean,
But
obviously,
still,
he's gonna. I mean, look. At the end of the
But
day, right
also,
now,
some people in the general public don't understand how streaming works. I was talking to some girl that I know today about it, and she was like, "Oh yeah," she was talking about streaming. I goes, "I'll never listen to any of these songs ever, not even on Spotify, not on YouTube, not on nothing." She's like, "Oh, does he get paid from that?" People don't like. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people don't even get how streaming and everything's work. Like,
Yeah, but
that's
somebody-
probably why. Do you get what I'm
somebody
saying?
had an argument today, yeah, because obviously people are talking about when he wrote this song, he was really talking about that, and so people are going to go and listen to these songs and be like, "Oh yeah, he really was."
I feel like that's what a lot of people did after
Yeah,
watching
of
it.
course, of course.
Because there was like, they obviously show clips of certain tunes, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, I forgot about that, or you might
Yeah.
go back and listen to that. Or, yeah, man. I mean, I feel like some people may have even had like a funeral for his music and wanted to just play it for one last time because he's a big deal
I'm
like
not.
that.
I'm not listening. to
I'm not gonna lie to you though. That sounds like a good idea though.
Like one last time.
One last time.
Just one last
You know
time.
what?
One last time.
There was a BBC documentary that you told us about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was tackled this about 2 years ago.
No, it was maybe about a year ago. Not even
last
a
year.
year.
It was
Last
a year,
year.
and
Yeah.
you spoke about it. I've not listened to R. Kelly for years, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll be honest. Like I said, like even like from like TP2, that album. I like that album. Like, do you get what I'm saying? But I can't listen to R. Kelly
Bro,
again.
Ask
Can't
Ash.
do it.
See when R. Kelly's come on in the car for the last how long? I just get skipped. Like there's too many tracks. I can't go through my whole listing and delete and delete and delete. See when R. Kelly comes on, get skipped.
No.
But Darren was telling me about a DJ that he knows, and over the weekend he was DJing, and bare people requested R. Kelly, and he was like, okay, and he played Vibe. He played R. Kelly Vibe. Shut down. Goes absolute shutdown. I'm just like, people are weird.
The geezer.
No, I'll be real. I'll be real. I'll be real.
Do you know what? Go
Do
on,
you know
sorry.
what? R. Kelly's got lots of good songs.
Lots? Bro,
This.
That's an understatement.
No,
bro.
like, let's be real.
Unfortunately,
Like, you know,
he's the best.
Did you see when they said how he made I Believe I Can Fly?
Yeah.
I was smiling at that clip, so I was hating him the whole time.
Yeah.
And then when they said how he made that,
How did he make
he's
it?
watching Michael Jordan. Imagine that he's watching Michael Jordan play for the Bulls and whatever. And he's like, look at him, it's like he's flying. I believe I can fly. Bro, I was smiling because I was thinking, can you imagine you're sitting down with him and he just starts singing this tune and he goes, you get to go to the studio and lay down the tracks, and that was I Believe I Can Fly.
Mad.
You're just watching him. He's like, you're just.
But as he
mesmerised by him.
said that, what they have said is, and it's like music everywhere. It's like reggae. It's like hip hop. It's like rap. It's like R&B, slow jams. Every song comes from some truth, some heartache, some joy, some violence. Man shot in the road. So, you understand what I'm saying? So see all the other songs. We're talking about age. Age ain't nothing but a number. Obviously, that was a lyric
Yeah,
song.
but I
man
always
wrote
thought that
it.
song was dodgy.
That's fine, but there's other. You see, like the last documentary, "Feeling Your Beauty."
Yeah.
He was in the record studio just rubbing on young gal's bottom, and that's how that
Yeah,
song
that's
come
what
about.
That doc was about, innit?
Do you understand? So when you now hear these songs again, you're like, hold on, wait. And in the documentary, you got man turning around saying, hold on, wait, this motherfucker told us throughout his whole career.
What he was doing.
Yeah, you feel like
What he was doing.
No, because then you feel like an accessory to it, isn't it? Like as an audience, as a consumer, you feel like an accessory to it. No, it's sad, man, because like, you know, artistically, like, you know, you think about all these songs that we all grew up on. No matter what generation you're from, up to R. Kelly's age,
Bruv.
you've had like music that you grew up on that you liked.
There's people that on their wedding video are walking down the aisle to Step in the Name of Love. You know, so it's not as easy as just muting R. Kelly, because there's people with physical memories, physical things that, you know, weddings, funerals. Do you know what I mean?
To be real though, I've not listened to R. Kelly for years.
Yeah,
Generally,
but this could have. Yeah, but I know. But this, imagine How long have you been married?
It's quite nostalgic though. His music.
Yeah, but I've not listened to.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying like I'm not saying that I've not heard R. Kelly's music, but
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
own personal time,
Yeah, you haven't-
I've
you've
never
never
heard
gone-
on
yeah.
R. Kelly's music. I've heard it.
You know why? Because you like to beat to other tunes. Yeah, you weren't old school. You never had a mixtape with you. If you didn't have an old school mixtape back in the day, with one R. Kelly tune.
What's my
that's
what's
your
me beating to? Wizkid and them boys.
No, he was probably grime. You know, he was a grime head back in the day.
For real. Power nut.
In it. Who that boy live for me? Who that boy live for me? Do you get what I'm saying? But your old school slow jam track cassette has to have one R.
Had
Kelly.
to have a few couple
Had to have
of
R. Kelly
Yeah.
tank.
Yeah.
You had to have these. This was standard,
Yeah,
bro.
let's turn it all.
Are
up.
we right? Is R. Kelly muted? Are we muted?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, man. I wish I could.
I wish we couldn't, but it's disgusting, man. We can't continue to pardon behavior like that because people are talented.
Mm-hmm.
In any other industry, we wouldn't. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
What about if you can? Like, you remember before you asked me the question? Can you? You said it on your Instagram. Can you think
Separate art
Separate
from
art.
the- art from the
The thing
art.
is, I can though. I can separate.
I don't think
you
so.
said-
can
you
enjoy
said
the
this
music.
before, you
I
have
can,
said this
I can
before.
enjoy the music without thinking about him. Because when I'm enjoying the music, I just feel like it takes me back to a certain.
You
time.
think about your experience.
I feel about myself, not about him. I don't think, this is Robert singing a great tune.
Yeah, it's just.
I
like-
don't think the only tune that probably reminds me of him is I Believe I Can Fly, because I remember that video. Space Jam.
Space Jam,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
that
like
was you.
when I was a kid. That was a big. That was
Yeah, that was a
big.
big.
but what's funny-
Space Jam. When we were kids, that was our primary school
You
situation.
understand?
Do you know
That
what's
was
funny
our
about
thing.
that music video?
He was at uni. He was at uni these times. He's on his 4th degree. Oh, you failed your driving test or something? Yeah, go on, tell us exactly what happened. Tell us exactly what happened.
Prim, fuck off. Fuck off.
Man went on the menopause.
Fuck you.
My pieces, all my pieces.
Yeah, that's bad now.
There you go.
Yeah, so but all right, so we can't spend the whole podcast talking about R. Kelly. So, but bottom line is, he's done. He's done out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you can separate it off. Not honest. If I'm honest, nah. I don't think it's possible. Especially knowing what we know, and especially what we
But
know.
I done it the other day though.
When
We spoke about it on Trim Talks on BBC Radio.
we spoke about this on this podcast before, though.
We've spoken about this same R. Kelly thing.
I know.
After that last documentary.
Yeah.
on BBC.
But the thing is, when we spoke the other day on Monday, over the Christmas, Usual Suspects come on.
Right.
And that's one of my favourite films. And I didn't even think twice about watching it. And halfway through, I was like, Ross Clark, this is the Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, he's got his case right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up this
And
week as well,
It's
isn't
got
it?
happening
I
this
watched
week.
it to the end.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Didn't feel
What
it.
did you watch?
Kevin
Usual
Usual
Spacey.
Suspects.
Usual suspect.
See that documentary. I watched it the other night when I messaged you and you sent me the link at 11 at night. I went to bed at 6 in the morning.
You watched the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing back to back to back
What,
to
the R.
back. I had a
Kelly
one toilet break.
The R. Kelly thing.
The R. Kelly thing all the way through. You know what? There was a point at 5 I was disgusted, bruv. I was like, this guy makes me sick.
Absolutely.
And then I thought, you know what? I've started, so I'm going to finish.
You know what? I can't. The reason I've not watched that, I'll tell you the truth, because I just feel like even by watching it, I'm invested. I'm so like for like, you know what? I shouldn't. I'm muting that guy's whole
No, but you know,
existence.
don't
from
you
my
want to know
mind.
his side though?
No,
it made
no,
me want to
I
know
don't
his
want
side as
to.
well.
I
I want to
don't
know
want
what
to.
goes on in his head.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to understand what's going on in a perverted person's mind.
Do you know what?
That's what psychologists should.
Right, and
not
that I was
me.
gonna say.
Psychologists should, but not
and
Femi.
based on the argument of you was molested before, because you know what? Yeah,
He said he wanted to marry his mum.
As we said earlier
saw the clip.
in an earlier podcast,
That clip said a lot to me, man.
when we was talking in an earlier podcast about mental health, and you know I said I think everyone should speak to a counsellor, should speak. You understand? Now, in the times that I was speaking to one, they helped me identify that things that I hadn't dealt with younger as a teen have affected how I deal with adults now. You understand what I'm saying? So you see how you will see certain people, and how you talk to your mum is different to how I talk to my mum.
Yeah.
Bloody blah. You understand? And as I said, there's certain things that I was able to look back at and be like, yeah, because I didn't deal with that problem when I was at school, that issue that I had with my mum, and I haven't dealt with other things, is why I have a problem with confrontation now. You understand? So for him, yeah, it'd be like, let's get to the bottom of why everyone has to call you daddy. That's one of the 2,000 things. You understand? Let's get to the bottom of why you feel that they need to be locked in a room. What's inside you? As you said on the psychologist thing, what's inside? What are you scared of being left? You understand? Do you feel that you have to have power? I would like for it to be broken down to the point where it's just like.
Yeah, but it's too late.
Don't you see the vulnerability?
I'm not saying that he will. If it does get broken down, that he's going to be exempt or he's going to be
not exonerated.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is it will be good to know. Not that you're going to get pardoned or man's going to start playing your music again, because you're fuckery. You are the living devil, fam. You understand? But
do you know what? But that's what I'm saying to you. That's why when I watched that clip, it's almost like I felt like he see the same vulnerability in these girls that his mum saw in him, and that's probably why. That's why he knows that technique works, because his mum probably run that same technique on him.
Do you think his mum molested him?
Yeah, I do. After him saying, when he said that clip, oh, I wanted to marry my mum, I would kiss the bit where she put her lipstick on the cup. That was a bit weird.
And he asked her to marry him and all that.
Yeah, so that made me think that, why do you love your mum like that?
What is that?
Did your mum...
Munchausen...
Did your mum push
Munchausen... Darren says it properly. Munchausen by proxy or something like that. And it's that thing where if you've been kidnapped, you eventually, over time, fall in love with the person that's kidnapped you.
Yeah.
So when they open the door... You will run out and you get halfway down the road
and you'll come back.
And now you're so scared because you're in love with your kidnapper that it's like, I don't want them to get into trouble. And
I'm going to put money on it that he learned that technique from his mum. And that's why he knows it works. And that's why it's so powerful. And he probably can... And him being in the position that he is as R. Kelly, it works 10 times better. That he can lock you in a room and have you do that.
Yeah, let's move on.
Can we not talk about R. Kelly anymore?
Let's not talk about Robert. No, but R. Kelly's cool. It's Robert we don't like.
We don't like Robert.
What else are you talking about, Ace? What's going on?
Robert.
What else is going on?
Do you know what? Predictions for 2019. This is the first episode of the year. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about some, because that R. Kelly thing makes me feel sick.
Prediction
of 2019.
Yeah.
In regards to what? What are we talking about?
Maybe we should just talk about what we plan to happen this year.
I think is Stormzy bringing that album? I don't know why this came to my head.
He is, isn't he? I swear he said his album's complete.
Is it?
I saw it on what's it called show, on one of them Graham Norton or something.
I'm interested to see what Stormzy's album sounds like in 2019.
Yeah.
I'm quite intrigued because, you know what,
I think it's gonna go left.
Fam, that follow-up album's hard for any artist.
Yeah, of course.
I think he would do it.
I don't know. I think he's gonna have to go for the majority now. He's mainstream. People have to change. You can't stay at that level. It's hard.
Do you see Giggs' thing where he's like,
that promo looks cold.
It's
the promo looks cold.
Mental.
Big bad.
Big bad.
You know what I'm looking forward to, and I'm going to. We say so many things on this podcast. I'm gonna tell you what I'm looking forward to this year.
Go on.
I'm looking forward to my daughter coming over in May with a couple of her little brethren to do some travelling.
That's cool.
I'm looking forward to all of Vienna Grace's uncles doing our annual holiday to celebrate Victor this year. I'm looking forward to going to Jamaica, because I am going to land with you, Femi.
Are you coming?
I'm coming to see what you. Buju is my guy, you know.
Yeah, are you coming? Legit?
I'm coming. There's no way I'm missing Buju's first concert. I'm landing. Yeah, I don't know about running around Jamaica with popcorn and them man there. Yeah,
it's fun though. It's the most
it is
fun.
I hear you, but I got a feeling that one of my dreads will get caught in the motorbike chain.
Genuinely, it's like the most fun you'll ever have in your life.
No, I know.
Running around Jamaica with popcorn is like it's so. You know, like it's like your kid. It's like your teenager. It's your being unruly.
That's what they call him, innit?
Literally.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to. We are planning a Cut the Chat live tour. Me and Ace spoke about this, and we are planning that.
I love the live shows, man. I love the live tours.
So
man.
Get a little tour bus and go.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to a couple of films.
I remember, there was a live show we done in Birmingham, When you toured the whole country and I only came to a few.
You only came to Birmingham.
I think I was working.
Birmingham and Edinburgh.
What you doing?
I was doing a film. I was doing.
No, you was in the theatre. You was doing something in the theatre.
I was doing a play. I was doing something. But anyway, I remember that I come to Birmingham and that was the one with Leisha and Big Nasty.
Yeah.
Was that the one? Was that
second show in Birmingham?
Yeah, second show in Birmingham.
And then we were in...
No, Big Nasty wasn't this year.
No,
Big Nasty wasn't the last one.
It was the last
It
one.
wasn't. No, the
Oh,
last one was Dylan Duffus was in the crowd.
Yeah, that was the Big Nasty.
Yeah, but
show.
Big Nasty.
That was a Big
was
Nasty
Big
one.
Nasty there?
Yeah, that was a Big Nasty
I
one.
swear Big Nasty was the year before.
No,
we done
he was with Lady
No.
Leisha.
But we did 2 Birmingham
We've done
shows.
2 Birmingham.
Big Nasty was with Lady Leisha.
But
Yeah,
that
and
was the
I-
first one.
Who was in the second one? Was it just us?
I think it was just us in the second one.
Can't
But
remember.
either way, anyway, my point is, the
No,
journey
I
back.
remember who we had.
The journey back was a bit mad.
What
Was it
happened?
just me?
With the driver that nearly killed us.
And we went to random places on the way back, and we had to come off the motorway.
Yeah.
And we got back home at like 5 a.m.
Yeah,
in
Was
the
that the one
morning.
where the guy took the wrong turn and no one was saying that?
Yeah.
Like, why are we down this country lane?
Yeah.
Was it the one where we dropped him to Luton Airport because you had to go
But
somewhere?
I don't think that was after Birmingham though. I went to
Well, there
Ibiza
was a
first.
time
I went
I went-
Croatia.
There was a time I remember we got here outside at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah,
It was bright.
yeah.
From Birmingham. Birmingham's not that far.
Good times.
yeah. I
It's 'cause
can't
we
lie.
were- it's when we were raving.
That
after.
was the time when him and Vic was running around with no top on in the
yeah.
club.
Manchester. That was Birmingham.
That
Yeah,
was
that
Birmingham.
was
Snoop Dogg
Birmingham.
was DJing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a time. You know, I found that video
You found it?
of you and Vic coming out the club with no top on. I'm gonna post that up on the cut the chat.
That's funny.
Yeah, you and Vic, and you just start doing some rock star madness.
Oh, that was.
That's
wicked.
funny.
I'm gonna post that.
But
video
yeah,
up.
no, we need to do a few live shows this year. I think it'll be really cool. And yeah, I got hopefully probably a film coming out this year. Well,
Yeah.
I need to make it first. But yeah,
What's
this
the
year.
film? Come on, man.
I've got quite a few
Coming
like-
out, or you're gonna be filming
I
it?
want to push for one out this year.
Quick,
you know,
all the way
I
through.
want to film. I'm definitely going to film one this year, but I want to push for one to come out. And I've got a few smaller projects as well, like different, like little clever things that you lot will appreciate that I'm working on as well. But yeah, but immediately I'm doing a play from next week. I'm in rehearsals.
Are you?
Yeah, doing Macbeth.
You enjoying it?
Well done.
I start next week.
Is it?
Hold on, who's doing Macbeth?
Me.
Feel me?
You
So
you're
who are you?
actually acting in Macbeth?
Yeah.
Who are you?
What is it like?
Macduff, and don't make jokes about black people and Macbeth, please.
I wasn't gonna make jokes. I
What are you
thought-
doing at the
I wasn't.
Royal Shakespeare?
No, I'm doing it at the Orange Tree Theatre in Richmond.
Okay, we're gonna come along to
I'm
that.
coming to that.
Yeah, definitely come along to that.
I'm coming. Did I?
Nah, you
do I-
can't act like Negroes though. You gotta act professional.
What?
You know what? I went to.
They can act
Letitia's.
however they want.
I've been to a couple of Letitia's
I
places.
think we need
Yeah,
to
but you'll
stop.
start,
We
like,
need-
you'll start giving guns. and-
I'm not gonna
they
give
could
the
do
gun
that.
finger.
Why
You
not?
know what? They
So
could
we've
do-
gotta be
you know-
ourselves.
No, they have to be themselves. They're coming to be themselves.
No,
I think,
I'm
I
not-
think, I think,
Zoop, zoop, zoop,
I
zoop,
think doing theatre just like being a certain way. It's not that. Like, you know, theatre's for.
Do you want me to come
audiences.
in like African attire?
Come as you are.
I'm gonna kill a lion and.
Come as you are. Kill a lion and I kill a goat.
Did anybody go see Nine Night?
No, I heard it was
I've
wicked
seen
See
though.
what's it?
Nine Night.
9
I'm not doing that
Why?
because that like, it's weird. Like Jason York, yeah, he went and saw it. That came out when Victor passed,
I did as well.
and
I was
and
very
it,
sad.
It was mad.
really?
No, I
Yeah,
went
I'm
and
alright.
watched it. No, so it's been twice. So it was at the
This-
National.
I went like
Yeah.
a
It
week
was at the
ago.
National.
You seen it as well?
Yeah.
Can,
So it
can
was
I-
at-
what, no, I'm not getting invited. You lot going to see this thing?
No, it was
Yeah,
at,
could you come out dressed like this, cuz?
it was at the National when Victor passed, and I was
Oh, no, I know what the fuck, man.
I remember I was sat there at the front feeling very sad. And like the thing is, yeah, I tell you the truth. I get very emotional sometimes, but I want to cry. I'm not a crying person, but I can't cry. And like I feel like that's even worse.
You're a bit stiff.
Yeah, and my wife is always like, you need to go and see a therapist about that because that's a problem. Because like, I genuinely,
Tears flowing,
you know,
man.
like I genuinely, I'm sat there and I'm like, you know what? Maybe if I cry, like if I'm able to bring myself to cry in this situation,
You might feel
Yeah.
better.
I'll feel better. But I can't cry, and I'm just there like, and even on my birthday, I remember driving home feeling really sad. I remember I come out of the club that night and I saw Delzy. And like me and him spoke for about 10 minutes, and then I went into the car and I was really like overwhelmed with emotion,
Really?
like
Let it go.
really thinking about Victor, like overwhelmed, thinking like I'm like actually up until my birthday, I hadn't. It felt like it was Victor's funeral again. I'll be honest, because I was thinking about Victor in a way that I hadn't actually thought about Victor. Because on that night before I left home, my friend texted me from Ghana. He was like, "I'm thinking about Victor." They're not close friends. Like they didn't know each other really. They met probably 4 times, and I was like, yeah, because I'm thinking like I'm in Ghana living my best life, and Victor was known for living his best life, and I feel like I'm like living right now in his memory.
Did you see the picture that I posted that night
No,
of the shard and the sky?
no,
Fam, they lit up the shard purple.
man.
So the whole sky, as I'm coming up to the club, I'm coming through Elephant, so I can see the shard. And imagine there's a song that I first heard this song
With my man.
with Victor
Yeah.
on the way to go and meet Tash.
Yeah, mad.
Yeah, at some barbecue thing. Yeah, so it's the first time I've ever met Tash. And I remember going over Blackfriars Bridge, you know, Vic, roof down, and this J. Cole song's come on.
Mad.
So imagine I'm on the way to the thing, and I'm chatting to Tash on the phone,
Mad.
and I've just looked up, and I've seen the shard, purple, and the sky's purple. Vic's song's playing, and then Ash nudges me and says, "Yo, look over there," and we just stopped right next to a purple bin.
Mad.
And I'm just like, and then I've sent it all to Tash, and Tash is like, "Yeah, that's my man. He's with you tonight, innit?" You know, Vic ain't missing out on no rave.
Nah, that was a very like weirdly like, you know, like afterwards it was very emotional time for me actually. But yeah, so I remember watching that play. I was sat right at the front. I got the worst seats. Like when I went to watch it, and it literally the stage was here and I was there. It was almost this close.
Yeah.
Sat right at the front, and it's like, you know, it's got this really sad sequence where the woman, it doesn't give away the play, wants like to hear from the person or something like, and that was a mad little, yeah.
Did you relate? Because I didn't relate. Obviously, I'm growing up with
You're
Caribbean.
African,
Yeah,
but
African.
really you're Caribbean, but you're
Yeah,
African.
yeah, because it's hard. I'm confused. I'm a confused bro. But I couldn't really relate to the whole 9-night thing. Obviously,
You ain't done a 9-night
did you see
before?
it?
I haven't seen the play.
Ah,
But
see.
I know about
Never been to a
9-night.
9-night.
No, but I didn't know about all of the things that you do during a 9-night. And I was like, oh, what? Like, I didn't even know what a 9-night was.
What's mad, you know, it's like it's a mad African thing.
Yeah.
Like it's actually what I find fascinating. I'm reading about Black history at the moment, as you lot know. What I find fascinating about Black history and like Caribbean history and all of that stuff, it's like it's almost like some of the Caribbean history, like and traditions that exist. Africa's became so Christian that Africans don't even practice some of those practices anymore, but the Caribbean somehow managed to hold on to it.
Yeah.
And I just find that so fascinating. I find, you know, like even like just like black, some of the like, you know, spiritualism and like, you know, some of the like what we call witchcraft and like all of that, all the traditional religions that people practice. I find it fascinating that some people still manage to practice that even today, despite you know being torn away from those places hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And like in a way, that's probably like the reason I like Jamaica so much, because it reminds me of Africa, and it reminds me like I like like I keep saying to you, I like Jamaicans, because they remind me of Africans, like, but in a way that Jamaicans here don't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
maybe you said that, yeah.
So, but anyway.
But yeah, so your play, what did you say, Macbeth?
Macbeth, but yeah, 9-night, you should go and watch that. That's dope. Like
It might be finished now.
Huh?
I think it might be finished.
Might be finished, but I feel like no, it can't be.
Is it not?
I saw the guy from The Bill. I can't remember his name. My brethren as well. I saw
The
him
black
at-
guy that's in it.
Yeah, I saw him
Yeah.
at John Lewis the other day. He was like, "No, I should come watch it." But yeah, like that's a dope show. The Convert, I'm trying to go and see. It's at the Old Vic. You should go watch that as well. Some good theatre on, man. And watch me, Macbeth, if you can be bothered.
I need to say happy birthday to...
Birthday shout out.
No, I have to. Did you see my...
Lee, I swear it's your birthday this week, though.
Next week.
Lee, sing the thing, because you are this lady's... Like, you're the one that... You're just outrageous. She just finds you
Just a
outrageous.
finger lady.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
sorry.
No. This is Aisha's aunt.
Oh, okay.
It's the finger lady, you
Happy
know.
birthday, Aisha's aunt. What's her name?
Aunt Janet.
Aunt Janet. Happy birthday.
Are you gonna sing it?
Happy birthday. No. Let me not start.
Alright,
like-
cool. What are we doing for your birthday?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We're doing another show next week, though.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it next week, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any ideas? But I think I was going to say on our podcast tour, when it happens, I think we should invite whoever wants to email in, and we go through and they can come on a tour bus with us and live the life.
Being on the top
That's
bus
the best bit.
No, it's not. Because
It is.
Lee farts. He
No.
takes off his training shoes.
I'm not eating dairy now.
Oh, okay,
So I
cool.
don't do all of that. Femi, are you going to come on a tour bus? Because he likes to drive by himself.
Innit?
I've never done that.
You like to do what? You never come
Oh,
on a
yeah, I
tour
did
bus.
drive one time.
You
Exactly.
go up to Birmingham. The time you
Yeah, I
come.
drove one time.
Yeah, the tour bus life is hilarious.
It is fun.
But yeah,
Cool. All right, let's wrap this up, man. Thank you to everyone again. Big up to everyone that came out to the party New Year's Eve. Sorry to anyone that didn't get in. Next year, bigger venue for sure.
Yeah, we need it. And also subscribe to our channel, man.
That's right.
We're back on all platforms, on YouTube, podcast app, everything.
Till next week. Peace.
Peace.